I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's daily review. Today is April 12, Wednesday, 2023. All right, so let's hop right into it here. So we had this candle here. I'm presenting this a little bit differently, so maybe this helps people or not, I'm not sure. But here was the candle. We kind of roasted all the way up, took out that question mark high that we were talking about, got into about 50% of this wick on the daily here, roughly. Didn't get to those other objectives, which was up here. If you look to the 4 hour to the right, we didn't hit that high or that inbound, or that 50% of the weekly wick, which I didn't expect it to. And it was pretty beautiful because if you look closely, we came up. Yes, we took out that high, which is what we had the question mark candle for. Bodies respected, but it came all the way up. You have to see this a little closer. Came all the way up to that weekly previous imbalance. See how beautiful that is? So rushed up, smacked that, and then made a leg down, came up, made another leg down. So pretty nice. And you have to be able to have this, you have to visually understand and see this is on the chart and make that decision. Like, all right, this is as high as it's going to go, right? Because when you're let me go to a smaller time frame. Where'd you go? So here, when you're watching, for example, on the hour, right? Like the hour, or even on the minute chart, when it reaches this level up here, you know that, from experience, you know that this is an exhaustion area. It's or not that it's an exhaustion area. It's extreme, because we went right through. When we opened up for 8:30 CPI news, we busted up. I'm not a part of any of that, but bust through this week open, this week. There's two of them here, and then it reached this level. And I'm on the 10-second chart. I'm able to see this, so I've seen this a million times. I know what to do. I'm familiar, but let me go into a 1 minute for this, so you can see this. So keep in mind, 1 hour reaches there. This is the 15-minute down over here. And as far as the 1 minute goes, you see here we got a nice imbalance right there. All right, so when I'm watching this, I'm like letting it expand, right? Until I see some bearish activity. I'm not just pushing sell when it reaches here or anything silly. And then you can see on this chart that we have that it's in that gray, it's in that weekly past open right there. So price leaves an imbalance right there, peaks right into it. I try to put my entry at half the percentage of the candle itself. Peaked up a little bit and closed, but obviously your stop loss is going to be right here. So that held the rest of the day. Now this got a little choppy here. Price came down, came back up, and took out, or was it equal high? Yeah. So it was pretty much an equal high here, and then later they came to take it out. So when the price came all the way down, it came to take out. Well, looking from this 1 hour chart, you see that it took liquidity. So it came down first to take liquidity there. Then it rushed back up to take the liquidity pretty much right here on this high here. Because the position was really great, I wasn't worrying about anything, and I don't care if I lose either. But I wasn't worried about taking even profit, which I know I should have, but at the same time, I have a bigger picture. I've been talking about being bearish for a while, but I knew we want to get this spike up, and finish the job on, for example, the 4 hour. So as you see, the bodies respect it, and I just switched to a 4 hour. You can see the bodies are respecting, wicks are exhausted, and that's what you want to see. It's what you look for. So got everybody out here, and then you had opportunities on the way down on the first leg here, which was this imbalance right here. All right, you had another imbalance right there. Where are you? Right here. See that? You had an imbalance right there. You could have got into. You could have got in when it got in the when this price came up and tapped this block. Could have also been an entry on the way down. But you know, if you're not getting an entry like this, then you want to take your profit, because it's easy for it to come back to a high like this to take it out. But that would have been your opportunity for getting in here. And then on the way up, you can see plenty of opportunity there. You had an imbalance right here. And now when the price comes down here, you are also telling yourself, well, I am in another weekly gap. See this gray area right here? So when the price reaches here, I wouldn't have tried to buy here or buy here. Number one, because it didn't take out this liquidity here. See that? So it didn't take any type of liquidity out. It did take out this, which, see, my mentality was from the beginning to take this out. So I wasn't trying to hold it or anything, knowing that it would come here and then come back up, because that was a pretty big exhaustion on that side. It's pretty obvious when you look at it. It's like, okay, previous day we came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, right? So like, okay, you're not getting any really big retracements either. These are all very tiny. You know that this is going to be your A to B, and then where's your C at? Somewhere down here, which is below this low, right? Because that would be a normal, healthy retracement, right? Because it wouldn't make sense when you keep getting these little ass structures on a higher time frame. Then it's just built liquidity. So what I'm trying to say is that when it got into this gray area, you can't see it here. You can see it on a 5. For me, I don't know why my chart doesn't show it on a 1 minute, but on the 5 it does. But I'm referencing the 1 hour anyway. But when it came down here, it's like, okay, well, we took out liquidity. We're inside this previous old gap. Okay, I would look for buys here, not here and here, right? Anyways, going back to the 1 minute, you'll see here we got, now that we're in that gray zone, you have an opportunity right there. Okay. I wish they don't do that. See that imbalance on that candle right above my cursor there? And you're looking at it because it's a nice, it looks nice. It's pretty. I mean, it's like pretty wide open, taps in. I mean, that's what you look for. Like, you're like, you don't see that really here. You might see that here, but look where it's located. It's not really, I mean, it is a little suspect being here, but I mean, we got to be realistic. I mean, come on. You got all that liquidity down here. So it's like, and we're trying to be bearish anyway. So, you know, this made sense. And you see how the price rallies away. And your other opportunity would have been this block here. Price is going above the block and coming in and holding, doesn't ever break that low. And it taps the open of the day. Oh, shit. It taps the actual purple line here, which is today's opening from the beginning. And when you see as it taps it, that's nice order flow for the algorithm. So that's kind of like you're using both as confluence. All right, then you had another imbalance right here. Price taps in. You had an imbalance right here. Price taps in. You had another block right there, which is to the left of my cursor right there. Taps in. Again here, taps in this down block right here, taps in, holds, and you had another opportunity right there. Price comes into the block, taps it, rushes up, gets into this pretty much the equal of this imbalance right here, and then price breaks up, comes back in. You could have been a buyer at this block right here. Price breaks up, comes back into this block. Whoops. Could have been a buyer there again, and so on. Anyway, and then if you wanted to take a position, or if this was your entry, you could have took it, even though the news was going to come out. You pretty much had the worst of it already. So right there is an opportunity right there. But you have to be very, you have to pay attention to this type of thing. I mean, it's very easy to miss this. You're on the phone, you're looking at your phone or whatever going on, go to the bathroom, you miss it, right? But there it is. You can see it peek in. Let me zoom in a little bit more for you. See that right there? See how that peeks right in? So beautiful right there. And then didn't give you another opportunity, actually. And I witnessed this whole thing, and I was like, nah, it's cool. I'm not worried about it, because I'm in my A game, man. I'm relaxed. I know what I'm doing. I'm looking for what I'm looking for. You know, I'm not gambling over here. But and then it just sank the whole way. So we're in this position here, and let's go back to a 4-hour. As you see here, this is what we expected. I expected a pull up, wipe out everybody over here on this side, clean up price, and then start coming down to the downside. Where is our next objective in this trade? Obviously, it's going to be the opening gap of the week, right? Which is right there, the 9th. And then obviously there's a massive pool right there. Massive pool right there. And then, so it's the gap, then the massive pool, then I have this massive imbalance on the daily, these two lines right there, and so on. So this is where we're at here. And as far as retracements goes, we do have a nice imbalance right there. So if I was to refine this, and if it does peak up a little bit, I mean, you know, it's relative, but even if I went to the 5-minute, this would be a minimum target. I'm just going to draw a line. I'm trying to give you what's more reasonable, because we still have news tomorrow and Friday. So it's, I mean, for it to make it all the way up there and pass it, I don't see that. But at the same time, let's just say, let me go to a 15-minute looks good. I'm going to just draw this. Oh my God. Yeah, something like that. Somewhere in this vicinity. I can see us possibly coming back here. I mean, possible. But you do have some imbalance here. So we're expecting some bearish order flow. Lower low, lower high, lower low, maybe lower high somewhere in here. Extreme probably here. And yeah. All right. Hope this helps. You guys take care. And you know what? Let me go to a daily. I mean, we do have that wick on the daily as well. So that might be something there. 50% of this wick of the daily. But I'm kind of expecting price to kind of start coming down and taking out all that liquidity right there, as we discussed, which is this higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. All right, you guys take care. God bless.